What's happening, people? As you can see, the struggle headphone is back. Just because I don't really have a reason for it, it just is. Now, I wanted to talk about something that I keep seeing on my timeline, on my Facebook, and Twitters and shit like that. I just keep seeing it pop up. It's about the PS4 Pro, something that I don't have, but I mean, it is an item, it is a thing. So we're going to talk about it, and that being the PS4 Pro update that we all became aware of. I really paid no attention to it, but because this article keeps popping up, I figured we're going to talk about it a little bit. I will have a link to this article in the description below, just in case you wanted to look at it yourself. It is published by Game Rant. They have articles all the time about random shit, so you can be free to check it out on your leisure. So let's get into this video. They're talking about boost mode for the PS4 Pro, which is that update that came out at the beginning of this year. They're talking about how much power does boost mode add to the PS4 Pro. And I want to stop before I get into that, because my question to you guys is, didn't you buy a PS4 Pro because it was the quote-unquote hardcore gamers PlayStation 4? Isn't that the reason you went out and bought a PlayStation 4 Pro if you bought one? Isn't it supposed to be a upscale of the PS4 out the box? What do you need a boost mode for? Isn't it supposed to go beast already? Isn't it supposed to go ham? What in the fuck do you need a boost where you at mode? Am I missing something here? Because when you announced this thing back in early June of 2016 or late June 2016, whenever the fuck you had your press conference about this thing, was it or was it not talking about the teraflop titties? That you were talking about this thing was going to be a beast out the gate. So this is now official that needing a boost where you at mode. Sorry, I just like saying that because it just seems like it's the right mode to say, you know what I'm saying? Why is this needed? Okay, because you got a whole bunch of people out here went out and bought this PS4 Pro off the idea that the PS4 Pro is out the gate more powerful than the base model. But a boost mode seems like it's not. Okay, and they go, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my netbook. So they go on to talk about how games like The Witcher 3 is not even on the PS4 Pro really able to do a stable 30 frames a second on the PS4 Pro. Okay, they're like, it's kind of consistent, kind of. And The Witcher 3 is a big title, okay? It appears is the word in the language they're using. It says right here that where is this? I was just looking at, when you use this boost where you at mode, games like The Witcher 3 are able to appear like they're able to keep a frame rate. They're able to keep a frame rate more consistent of 30 FPS without dips. So they're more able to keep 30 frames per second with this boost where you at mode. This doesn't sound like the PS4 Pro we were promised. See what I'm saying? So if this boost where you at mode doesn't really deliver, and we're waiting on developers to patch these games, Sony, what the fuck did you sell us? I mean, shouldn't we be asking that? I mean, I'm not gonna question your teraflop titties because I never gave a fuck about them in the first place. I mean, I already knew you reached your height in gaming when it came to the PS2. But coming out with a system like the PS4 Pro, and notice I said system, not console, coming out with a system called the PS4 Pro, and when asked about it, you say it's for quote unquote the hardcore gamer. The hardcore gamer, the hardcore market. Hardcore is the term you used. But now you need a boost where you at mode to make games like AAA titles such as The Witcher 3 to aspire, not even, be able to do a stable, but aspire to be able to do 30 frames a second. That's not good. And again, it's on the article, which is going to be linked in the description below. And I'm reading it from my computer, which is why I'm looking down. Okay. And they go on in this same article to talk about the fact that, until the developers are patching these games, that doesn't make me feel better, I gotta wait on developers to patch the games? That doesn't help me want to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. You really need people to run out and buy a Pro PlayStation. You really need people to want to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, regardless of hardcore gaming or casual gaming or just gaming in general. You need to make sales. Otherwise, you're going to have a warehouse packed full of just plastic, packed full of shit you can't sell. And you're going to have another division of Sony that is going to just go belly up, regardless of what the numbers look like from 3 years ago. Okay, because I know you like putting that up there. Oh, PlayStation 4 just hit this, just hit that, just hit this. Those numbers are all rounded up. All together, okay? They just hit 54 million. That's good on you. They just hit that many as a whole, okay? They're not breaking these apart. They're giving you the number as a whole. Break them apart. Okay, I know I like to say shit like everybody else. Oh, they just sold 54, 55 million. Whoop-de-woo, woo, 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 woo. That's fine, but break them apart. I'm telling you, this is not something that you need to sit there and fanboy over. You need to sit there and, stroke that fucking fanboy dick over. You need to sit there and think logically. We are talking about a company that is financially hurting because they didn't come into this as a gaming company. They're not a gaming company. They're a company that got into gaming. And unfortunately, they're a company that probably will go under before, anything else. Because of it. Okay? All their other, other businesses that they have are failing. The only thing right now is PlayStation. And when you're like, oh, they're doing 55 plus million, it sounds fine. But you gotta realize that 55 plus million is spread through 4 different versions of one generation. Think about that. 4 different versions of one generation. If you break that up, that's horrible. That's horrible numbers. Think about that. They're adding in the VR, and they're adding in the 3 different models of PlayStation 4. That's horrible figures. Those figures are fucking terrible. I would literally be going, those numbers should be doubled if not tripled. Considering there are 3 models of the PS4. 3, yes, there are 3 models of the PS4 within its 3 years in the generation. So if there's 3 models of the PS4, the numbers should reflect that. Okay, oh, it did 40 million before the other 2 were introduced. Then the other 2 should reflect the same. And I know the other 2 just came out, but it's no time for anybody to be all revved up because they only went up not even 10 million. See what I'm saying? Not even 10. Think about that. And that's including VR cells. Think about that. And they actually went in and readjusted their VR cells. Get what I mean to you? You see how this works? This is not good news. And then an article like this comes out talking about PlayStation 4 needing a boost where you at fucking mode. The PlayStation 4 Pro needing a boost where you at mode. That to me seems like it totally negates everything the company came out and told us about. Hey, PlayStation 4 Pro is for hardcore gaming. PlayStation 4 is going to be the upscale. It's going to show you things a hell of a lot better. It's going to show you 4K gaming even though it's upscale checkerboarding. It's going to do this, it's going to do that, it's going to do this. But we gotta put out a patch. We gotta have developers patch the game. We gotta have this. So it's like PlayStation 4 Pro is the but we have to system. And when I say we have to, I mean we have to wait. You know what I mean? So, you know, while you're thinking of ways to sit there and type away about how, you know, negative I am about this, think about that. PlayStation 4 Pro, when it first came out, Sony was so up and go buy a 4K television, go buy HDR 4K televisions, so you can have a PlayStation 4 Pro and see all the glory that it has. And now they're gonna boost where you at fucking update for a system that was supposed to be the powerful, more powerful mode within the system at launch. And again, I don't have to sit here and negate or even argue about the teraflop titties, because that's not the point of it. The point of it is they're not even talking about the teraflop titties on it. They're talking about the overall needing a boost mode here. Needing to have this. I don't think anybody's gonna sit here and think, yeah, PlayStation 4 Pro needing a boost mode makes sense, because I don't think anybody thinks that. When you hear PlayStation 4 needs a boost mode, you scratch your head and go, huh? Because you, like me, remember hearing PlayStation 4 Pro was the more advanced, more ahead of its time system than the PS4. If anything, the base model PS4 that 40 plus million people buy is the one that needs the boost where you at plan on it, the boost where you at mode. See what I'm saying? So if anything, go read the article. Let me know your comments down below what you think about this PlayStation 4 needing the boost where you at mode on there instead of the base model that 40 plus million went out and bought. I'm going to try to get back into making videos on the normal, but until Switch comes out, I just don't see it happening. If I see more articles popping up on my Facebook timeline or even on my Twitter timeline and they just keep, you know, reappearing, I might do a video based on that because it's just something interesting. But until then, I just really don't see a need to. I might make one every once in a while just based off of what I see. But like I said, till then, I'm really just here and there because I'm really waiting on the Switch. That's my next big thing is the Switch because I'm really interested in it. But until then, like I said, man, deuces. Link in the description. Go check out the article, and I'll see you guys then, man.